Hi everyone, for today's book review we're going to be checking out Doomed Ships. Great Ocean Liner Disasters, written by Mr. Ocean Liner himself, William H. Miller Jr. This book takes a look at ocean liner disasters from 1915, so beginning with the sinking of the Lusitania, through to 2006 with the loss of the Oriana in a typhoon. Despite the graphic subtitle, Great Ocean Liner Disasters, the author approaches this subject with a fast and loose approach because there's at least 10% of the ships that are included in this book that survived the incident described and went on to have long and successful careers. Having said that, the bulk of the ships involved, or that you will see in this book, had untimely and mostly tragic endings. As you can see, this book is beautifully illustrated. Many of the liners have some fantastic photos involving either them in their heyday or in the midst of their destruction. And this is the draw card for the book. In addition to this, there is, depending on the liner that is being discussed, there's either a paragraph or a couple of pages devoted to the history of the ship and the circumstances of its loss. What Bill has also done is that he's also employed, or taken rather, references and reminiscences from other ocean liner experts, historians, collectors, memories of those who were on some of these ships, and incorporated them into the text, which enlivens it up immensely. This book is not meant to be an in-depth, definitive look at all of these disasters. I mean, some of the ships that are involved here, they have you could probably fill an entire shelf with books dedicated to just their losses. But what is also really good is that some of the lesser known liners, such as the loss of the Vestris, the Georgios Philippa, and some other cruise ships, such as the unfortunate Jupiter, are all involved here. And if you are unaware of their destruction, then it's a great primer for that, because sometimes the small vessels have more interesting stories. But having said that, it is the big ships that do get the most coverage. Normandy takes several pages, whereas the Lafayette or the Champlain have paragraphs. The appeal for this book is the photography, and for those who are new or maybe unfamiliar to some of the other lesser known liners, it'll have a goldmine of information about some of these vessels and the circumstances for their loss. I love this book for its photos. They are all reproduced beautifully and are crystal clear. Unfortunately, because the author has chosen to focus on some of the other vessels that had incidents, such as the burning of the Europa under construction or the fire of the Meteor, other vessels that legitimately had a disaster and sank are not included. So, for example, instead of putting a paragraph in there about the burning of the Europa, why not include a paragraph about the Hans Hedhoft, which was a liner that collided with an iceberg on its maiden voyage, or rather on the return leg of its maiden voyage, and sank with no survivors. But these are just tiny gripes. I do want to point out, though, that the bulk of the content of this book has also been reproduced in a later edition called Andrea Doria and Other Recent Liner Disasters. This book was designed to capitalize on the anniversary of the sinking of the Andrea Doria, but trust me when I say that if you have a choice between the two, go with this one. In terms of quality and integrity, this book is much more advanced. Doomed Ships is a great introduction to other ocean liner disasters, The photographs are reproduced beautifully, and there's lots of fascinating information which is incorporating not just our Bill Miller's extensive research, but also accounts and reminiscences from other ocean line enthusiasts, collectors, historians, and even people who actually saw some of these ships in their heyday before they met their untimely ends. So if you are interested in ocean liners and want to discover some of the lesser known ones, this is a fantastic gateway for that. And for that, this book is a 3 captain's hats. So do check it out. And I do have a few other books about specific ocean liner disasters, which I will gradually review for you. But if there are any that you're interested in, please let me know in the comments below. And until next time, enjoy and happy reading, everyone.